Have you ever wondered how to structure an adventure around a city or castle under siege? I mean, there's a besieging army out there. The PCs can't go fight them all at once, right? Hey, what's up? Lucar here. Today in the DM Lair, we're going to talk about how to run a siege-based adventure for your D&D game. And just in case you're new to my channel, I create weekly D&D videos with information and resources to help dungeon masters run awesome games. Right, siege-based adventures. Let's do this. Mitchell on YouTube asks, I'm wanting to do a siege mission for my campaign. Think Helm's Deep. What's the best way to set this up? I also have a giant war planned out. How would you go about setting missions up during a war where there's thousands of NPCs and such? Alright, got it. Now I'm going to explain to you how I would go about approaching a siege mission in D&D. Now there are probably lots of different approaches for this, so this is just the way that I would do it. Now the first thing that I want to mention is that the D&D combat system is very poorly suited to large-scale warfare. So, unless you're planning on describing things narratively, I just wouldn't go there. And at any rate, I wouldn't make large-scale warfare the focus of my adventure anyway. I would focus on making the adventure more of a strike force style adventure, where the PCs leave the city or castle and strike at the besieging army. And then by striking at the besieging army, they could cause the siege to fall apart. I would give them, say, 5 specific objectives, and each objective that they accomplish provides a chance for the siege to fall apart. I would let your players choose which objectives they want to accomplish first, and then maybe by the time they accomplish the third one, the siege falls apart. I mean, unless you can see that they're having a really great time at it, in which case you might want to just have them accomplish all 5 objectives before the siege breaks up. I would put everything on a time limit too. I would make the clock be ticking so that if they don't accomplish the objectives within 1 day or maybe 2 days, the besieging army wins, perhaps breaking through the front gates, slaughtering the populace, and doing other dastardly deeds. The thing is that if you don't put a time limit on it, your players are probably going to want to take a long rest after every strike force mission. I would considering allowing them no long rests, or at most maybe 1, depending on how challenging each of the sorties is. Now, the strike force missions could be something like these. There is a massive battering ram manned by giants that is slowly approaching the city gates. The players need to take out the battering ram, the giants, or both to stop the army from breaching the gates. Or there are catapults behind enemy lines that are slowly breaking down the castle walls. The players need to go out and take out the siege engines or the engineers, and by the way, they're all heavily guarded. The enemy has some sort of tunneling monsters, let's say Umber Hulks, that are slowly digging their way under the city walls, and the players need to stop them. A powerful enemy strike force has entered the city and is slowly tracking down and killing all of the city's leaders. Your players need to find that strike force and stop them. And then of course the obvious thing, your players need to go find the enemy general and his captains and take them out. By the way, I ran an adventure just like this not too long ago for my Sword Coast Guard group. I have it up on my site, thedmlayer.com, as a free download. I will put a link to it down in the description if you're interested in checking it out. And I've also got quite a few other free D&D adventures over there that you might be interested in. Now Mitchell, regarding this like giant war scenario that you have planned, I would approach it in a very similar style, using strike force missions for your players. And I think that it would be perfectly fine to tell your players something like this. I mean, this is probably what I would tell them. Hey, look guys, the D&D combat system really isn't too well designed for large-scale combats, so the game we're playing isn't going to focus a whole lot on that. Instead, you're going to be working towards specific objectives, think Navy SEALs, that's going to give your side an edge in the war. As a general rule, I think it's a really good idea to set expectations with your players so they can know what to expect in your games. As always, if you have any questions for me that I can help answer, please let me know down in the comments. I would also be interested in hearing how you would run siege adventures in your games. Hey, if you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up, click here to subscribe, and you can watch some more fine videos over here. And until next time, let's play D&D.